And welcome back to another episode of the Grippin' and Rippin' Sports Podcast with Stock and Tops.
Yo.
Danny Tops. This is
Chris Stockwell. What's up?
This is my boy, Loren, Lolo, Cutolo. Loren, introduce yourself to the fans, please.
Happy to be here.
Fucking me and
Thanks for
Lolo
having
go way back if you really think about it. Originally, I met Lo technically when we played ball at Oregon Tech together in college.
Baseball.
Go
Yeah.
Owls.
Yeah, go Hustlin' Owls.
Yep.
And shout out to all the OYT fam, fire it up.
Fired up Tech.
And but actually, Lolo went to high school out here too, so he was a Sierra Vista guy.
Oh, wow.
So actually, played against him a lot back when we were in high school. A little bit younger than you guys. So
Very cool.
he's a big sports guy.
Awesome.
What's one thing we don't shy away from here is the homerisms. We love talking about our fucking squads because we feel like who knows more about our squads than us.
No
So,
one.
Yeah, you
Let the-
got a little bit better of an insight if that's your own team, you know? So
Go Braves. They're just took the lead against the Giants in the 12th. Shout out Austin Riley,
Big time.
Rookie of the Year, my MVP. So,
he might not be the MVP of the league, but he's the MVP
but he's
of our
my
hearts.
MVP. He's my MVP.
He did just get a Future Stars card on MLB The Show for any
That's
of our
big
fans
time.
out there that watch that
Very
or play
cool.
that.
That's big time.
It's PlayStation 4 only.
Yeah. Fucking Sony and their monopolization of the MLB. Bastards.
More of an Xbox guy myself,
Same.
but hey,
Big 2K guys here too. Big 2K guys.
So what other sports did you play growing up?
just baseball.
Just baseball.
It's too soft for football. Always. Way too small, way too soft, way too slow. That too. So, perfect baseball player. Couldn't run, couldn't do anything really well, but I was okay at everything.
What position did you play?
Third base.
Nice.
Okay.
The hot corner.
Yeah. Like I said, not really good at anything, but just okay at everything I did.
Lolo had some fucking great plays though. Lolo's, I don't know. There was always like a hot shot to third, and Lo would just make the fucking play on it, and it was so nonchalant. It was amazing.
Yeah, as long as I didn't have to move any, like, more than 2 feet to my right or left, I could probably catch it.
Backhand, forehand didn't matter. He was gonna underarm it over there too.
Yep.
Classic Lolo special. But so yeah, if we do get into any tangents about college, because I'm sure he's got stories. I've definitely got stories. One of my favorites I might get into from one of our buddies' houses, one of the party houses, I would say, up in Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Do it.
We want to get into that right now? We want to go on a tangent right now?
Go for it.
Oh, that's early.
Tangent.
All right. Quick story about Lolo. One of my favorites is Lolo. He's not a huge drinker. He'll come out and party, but Lolo's not a big-time drinker.
I think I know where you're going with this one.
Yeah. I'm sure videos still exist. I don't know who has it anymore.
There's video evidence of
There's
that?
video evidence of
I
this.
really hope not.
But he had a roommate named Ryan Snow, and Ryan Snow's a big-time drinker. But they came to our buddy Alex, shout out Anto, and they were at his house, and I forget what the occasion was.
Friday.
Yeah, it might have just been a Friday.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what'd you do? You got hammered in like what, an hour?
Okay, so what happened is it was spring break. We didn't have any baseball all weekend. Matty Bako, shout out Matty Bako.
That's right, it was his
Matty
fucking
Bako's
dad.
dad was in town to watch us play the next week. And so we go to this bar called Gino's. and
Great.
We're getting rowdy at Gino's at like 11 o'clock.
And what was it? They had chicken fried steak burritos, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking
Oh my
fantastic
God.
chicken fried steak burritos.
Wait, in the morning? 11 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You started
We
drinking
woke
at
up-
that time?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm probably like 2 or 3 bloodies in. They have this thing called brown
mystery bag, yeah, the brown bag.
special. The brown bag special is the shot that they have, $3. Matty Bako's dad buys us like all brown bag specials, like 3 rounds each.
And it was not good.
So we're feeling it.
Not
I don't
good.
even remember.
You
I
don't even know
what it
what
was.
it is.
No, it's
I didn't know what
it's
it
literally
was.
in a brown bag. They pour it out. You drink it. That's it.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Nope.
And then we go back to Alex's house, and Matty Bako's dad buys a fucking handle of vodka.
Handle of Hornitos.
Yeah, handle of tequila, and then handle of vodka, and a handle of Captain.
There were 6 of us.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us at this party.
This turned into a party at night, though.
Yeah, and there were 6 of us to start. And that from the 6 of us that were there was me, you, Matty Bako, Alex, Kyle, Snow, and I think
And
one
all of
more
Alex's
person.
roommates, McCall.
Oh yeah, McCall was there and R. Kelly was there, and we pounded through both handles, both of them.
I was sipping on Captain and Cokes and then taking shots of tequila in between.
playing pool, having a good time, and like I said,
That sounds like a blackout coming.
oh,
Yeah.
it
The
was.
Blackout Express is choo-chooing down the tracks
Did
right
you ever
now.
hear this story? Because that's actually what happened.
No, I haven't. But I've actually had my own variation.
Yeah.
It turns into a party because Alex had the party house, right? And it turns into a full blown rager, but Lolo didn't make it really to the rager part. Lolo and Snow as well. So Snow, sorry Ryan, but he passes out in the couch with his head in his lap, like that. And Lolo's laying on the couch. And What was the song that was popular at the time? That was what they got you to sing. That's what's on camera.
I think it was Closer by Halsey and the Chainsmokers.
He starts singing the
And
song
I'm
and
just
he's
in pain, like, baby, pull me closer.
fucking
And it was like,
puking
oh
into one of
my
the buckets
God.
that we had next to him.
It was bad.
That's
And
awesome.
End of the story. We're trying to leave, and I don't have my phone on me, and I'm just like, I'm not leaving without my phone. I'm not leaving. I'm screaming this. So we got 10 people looking around this whole house for my phone to try to get me the fuck out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was in your pocket.
Nope, it was underneath
fuck.
one of the bean bags.
Okay.
They found it, gave it to me.
I was about to say, was it in your pocket?
No.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, and then Matty Bako put me on his shoulders and put me in my bed.
Yep.
And that was it.
And we kept partying. That was a solid
Oh, yeah,
rager.
that was probably at 11 o'clock. I passed out. You guys kept going.
Yeah, I was there till I passed out there that night. I'm pretty sure. Actually, Anto fell asleep that night while we were doing karaoke at like 2 a.m. And then Bohemian Rhapsody came on, and he magically arose from the dead and started singing with the rest of the group. Fucking hilarious.
That was the song.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
We could always go through a litany of those. Those are the best.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So,
Is this a
afterwards.
drinking podcast or sports podcast?
Yeah, it's a
It's
sports
sports pod-
podcast.
it's-
Okay.
So, yeah, well, we're going to segue right into some
I feel like
sports
to have
now.
fun.
But it's nice to meet you, Lo.
Hey, nice to meet
Thanks for coming on,
you.
man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
The first headline that we're going to start with is in the NFL. Adam Gase has been criticized regarding how the Mike McGannon firing went down, and everybody's been kind of saying that he backstabbed him and whatnot. Because he didn't approve of the guys that he brought in with Le'Veon and CJ. Specifically spending that money on.
Yeah,
those guys.
I guess we can give a quick update to the audience because we did go over this a little bit last week.
Right.
And at that time, we didn't necessarily know the situation of it was still new. It just happened the day before that we talked about it. So now it's kind of come out that Le'Veon Bell was on the trading block because that was one of the reasons that they fired him. It was because he didn't get the guys that Adam Gase wanted. And now Adam Gase has come out after facing some backlash for it, and he's saying, no, Le'Veon's our dude. I like C.J. Mosley's contract. I actually took a pay cut so that we could sign C.J. Mosley. It sounds like a bit of backtracking just to smooth things over.
Cover everything up.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Adam Gase is a crazy person.
There's probably some truth to that.
Ever since that press conference where he was hired and he gave the crazy eyes all over the place.
The fucking
What he was on, I don't know, but it was like verbal meme, Mr. Krabs looking around and everything's blurry around him. That was Adam Gase.
We'll put that meme right here for sure.
That was Adam Gase for sure. So I just don't understand how you can go through a whole process like so important to your franchise, like the NFL draft, and then fire the guy who is like one of your main guys.
Was spearheading that.
Yeah, he
you
did it.
Fire the guy after you just had the draft with him.
After an entire offseason that was graded pretty well by, analysts and whatnot,
Yeah, they
you
picked
go
up
and
some
fucking
guys.
you kick them out of town.
I think that regardless of what the Jets are saying, that
6 and 10.
Gase probably maybe they might push for the playoffs, but regardless of what everybody's saying in the Jets camp, Gase probably did stab him right in the back.
I think so too. I think, like I said,
as much as Gase is saying that's false and it's not true, like
it's a smooth cover up. They got everybody's in on it because fucking Le'Veon Bell tweeted, hand up, that's my coach or some shit.
power.
It's all just a smooth cover up, and you'll find out week 7 when the Jets are 3-4 or 2-5 that it'll start coming out that there's locker room problems.
It's a lot of power to give somebody who was coaching one of your division rivals the 3 years previous or 2 years prior.
And it's he
And,
went
and,
from
and we talked about it last week. He doesn't have the credentials to be the level of control or disciplinarian
not
that
even
he is.
close.
what was the best thing he did? Like
Coach Jay Cutler
Yeah.
in
Cutler
Chicago.
with the Bears.
That was it. That's what got him the job in Miami was because they said that he revitalized
Now,
Cutler's career.
They did make the playoffs. The Dolphins did make the playoffs once.
Yeah, and we talked about it. The Dolphins are the fucking pinnacle of mediocrity.
yeah.
They're so good at going 8-8.
The Matt Moore game where Matt Moore came in or started or something, he got absolutely destroyed against the Steelers.
I think that was there. Yep. Yeah, well, we're going to move right on out of that headline into the next one, which is, it's regarding Tiger. We don't have a golf section, so anytime Tiger's in the news, we will talk about it.
Shout out Brooks Koepka.
He almost blew it.
He did almost blow it. But
Give your girl a kiss, man. Come on, bro.
But he did pull it out. How many bogeys did he have on the back nine?
5 in a row. Like 11 to 16.
I mean, that's
I'll
give him that though. That's some resilience to still be able to pull out the dub after shitting the bed that bad on the back nine in the last round.
He dug deep.
So, shout out him. Congrats on the win.
But a big lead.
He did have a big lead too,
He had a
though.
lot of room to work with when you're up by that
But
much.
that fucking dude just wins majors, man. He doesn't play well in any other tournament, but he shows out for the majors.
Now, Tiger will be playing in next week Memorial at Murrayfield Village in Dublin, Ohio. His most recent victory was in 2012. He did win it 3 years in a row, 99, 2000, and 01. And 3 other top 5s in 16 starts. So he's decorated here. But
What's his odds to win it?
I don't know. We could look those up, though, on my trusty William Hill Sports mobile account app.
please go ahead and check that out.
Sponsor us,
Please
please.
sponsor. Come on.
There you go.
Tiger's neat because no matter what he does, he's going to bring some attention, you know?
Yeah, I love that he won the Masters, but
That was great.
don't miss the cut the next major.
And that's what you're not getting the same consistency that he brought to the. We're so used to just seeing the number one golfer every time. So now you see flashes, and it's like I wish it was the same, but it's not. What do you got?
Bad news is the William Hill Sports app does not have it up yet, so they might not put it up until
Sad.
Is it this weekend or next?
Next week.
So they'll probably have it up
Oh, yeah,
next
they'll
week.
have it next week.
All they have up right now is the U.S. Open, and they have Tiger Woods at 10-1 to win the U.S. Open. So chances are it's probably gonna be somewhat similar to around 10-1.
Yeah, I would say.
But I mean,
Sportsbooks just want to save their ass when everybody hammers Tiger,
exactly,
so they're not paying out $300,000 again. Or how much that guy win?
dude.
$1 million?
There was a lot.
on the Tiger Woods at Augusta.
Yeah,
They've
dude
won
bet $85,000 on Tiger to win it.
A lot of money,
I think it was over $1 million, 1.3 million
something like that. Yeah,
for $80,000.
Yeah, and he's getting the most action
That was
out of any golfer.
but
betting-wise.
I think Tiger is back. I know we talked about that. He's not. I think we are overblowing it a little bit because of the stature of the fact that he won the Masters. He's not 2000 Tiger. He's not 2001 Tiger anymore. So we have to keep that in mind when it comes to Tiger and when he's going to be in the tournaments. I think he's going to win a couple more for sure, but I don't think you're going to see the sustained success like he used to have.
the biggest thing with him is when he's in the mix on day 3 and day 4. It puts pressure on the rest of the competition.
That's for sure.
A crazy
That's
amount
for
of
sure.
pressure just because he's in the hunt, you know?
Yep.
When Tiger can make moves, we've seen it.
Because he didn't make the cut at the PGA Championship, so it's going to be the nature of the beast. But like you said, if he makes it the round or to day
Maybe
3 or 4,
he would have if he had gotten a cart under the Americans with Disabilities Act, like John Daly. Maybe
John
he'd have
Daly's
made the
a fucking man.
Maybe he'd have made a cut.
John Daly's a legend.
Smoking darts, drinking beers, and they give him a cart to ride around him.
Smoking darts.
He deserves it.
In Toronto, a realtor has offered Kawhi Leonard a free multi-million-dollar condo to stay in Toronto. Please stay.
Nice try.
Stay in the 6.
What do you think's going to happen? You think he's leaving?
I think that's a great effort by that realtor, but you're not keeping him in Toronto.
Where do you think he's going?
He's going back to LA.
You think
Clippers
Kawhi,
or Lakers?
I don't know. I think the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to take a shot at him.
Well, that would be nice. JD and I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and he's already won 2 championships. He's got a Finals MVP. I don't think he necessarily wants to be second fiddle to anybody, So by going to LA, I think that would hinder his ability because of LeBron being there. Obviously, I'm more on the side of him probably going to the Clippers if he leaves Toronto. But
I would not mind that.
yeah,
By that same reasoning, though, he's a Cali boy, so I feel like he wants to be comfortable.
want to be home.
He's going to want to be comfortable and be back on the West Coast. I mean, you're not from Toronto. You're not having that much fun in Toronto. Let's be honest.
They're trying.
I feel like from what I've heard, and I've watched the documentaries about Vince Carter and whatnot. Toronto sounds like a great place, though. I mean, there's a lot of people that have gone up there who have loved it. So I mean, I don't want to speak necessarily on does Kawhi Leonard like it or not. I think you guys make the best point is that he's a Cali boy after all. And, a lot of times you'd like to go home.
Yeah, people miss the
play
beach.
in your hometown and, in your home state. Personally, I hope that he stays. I think it's better for the NBA if he stays in Toronto because I think Toronto's a really good team. And I think building around Kawhi will only make them better.
Not many franchises get to build around a guy like that.
No, a two-way scorer that's going to lock you down on defense that could put up 30 a night.
Yep.
You don't get players like
He
that.
can get a
very
shot
often.
off from anywhere, and he can lock up 1 through 5.
But yeah, I think I'm going probably with you guys though. That I think he's probably going to LA. I want him to go to the Clippers instead of the Lakers. Not because of any ill like feelings towards the Lakers.
Not because Lonzo's playing on the Lakers.
No, it has nothing to do with Lonzo. It has nothing to do with
Just
not
checking.
liking the Lakers. I just think that the Clippers will be a better fit for him. And I think that'd be really cool to have that dichotomy of, because the Lakers are going to bring somebody in. It's a guarantee. The Lakers are going to bring somebody into LA, big name free agent, whether through a trade, getting Anthony Davis or maybe Klay Thompson, whoever they get.
Kawhi.
Or Kawhi.
Oh, no, excuse me, Kyrie. Sorry.
Oh, Kyrie. Okay, yeah, you're right, Kyrie. But imagine he goes to the Clippers, and now the Clippers were pretty good this year for not really having anybody.
They made the playoffs,
Jerry Buss did a great job.
and they won a game against Golden State.
2.
Or did I say Jerry Buss? I meant Jerry West. It's West, right?
Jerry West is Grizzlies.
Is it the Grizzlies?
Yeah.
Who's the Clippers then?
It used to be Jerry West.
Oh, okay.
The owner's name is Ballmer,
Yeah.
Well,
the CEO of
they
Microsoft.
put
Whoever the GM of the Clippers is.
whoever the GM of the Clippers is now did a fantastic job of putting that team together. And Jerry West gets a little bit of credit because it was his team before he left. But
like piecemealing that team
Well,
together,
they
right?
traded,
Tobias Harris.
Tobias.
They traded Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
And they had to make up for losing DeAndre and Chris Paul.
Blake Griffin.
And Blake Griffin. So while you're getting assets back, how are those assets going to fit? And they did a good job of, in no time, flipping that team to being younger, a little bit better cap scenario, and they won 2 games against the Warriors.
yeah. And I think that would be really cool to bring Kawhi in. That's going to take him to the next level. And now imagine having that rivalry of Lakers versus Clippers in the same town. The Lakers versus the Clippers has never been a rivalry, at least to my knowledge,
They've
because
never
the Clippers
been
have
good
always been trash.
And when the Clippers were actually good, the Lakers were on
They weren't
they
good
were on
either.
the Kobe finale train and,
Yeah.
and decline and rebuild.
So I think that would be really cool, and I think that would be a pretty good story for basketball as well. So that's why I'm on that side.
Regarding Kawhi, Toronto's trying to keep him on top of the realtor offering him a free multi-million-dollar condo. A lot of restaurants in Toronto are partaking in a thing called Kawhi and Dine, where they're offering Kawhi Leonard free meals to eat at all of these restaurants in Toronto. They're
For life.
for life. Yeah,
Gotta love the effort.
They're trying.
Seem a little desperate, but gotta love
And
it.
there's a sticker that you can put on Uber and Lyfts for free rides, too.
sticker that you can put on Uber and Lyft for free
So
rides.
like
Also,
Kawhi can just get a free Uber.
so here's the
what you're
thing: if Kawhi stays in Toronto, he's going to get a free multi-million-dollar condo, free meals, and free transportation for life.
Still second fiddle to the Maple Leafs.
Oh, you gotta love you gotta love Canada.
No Austin Matthews.
I do love Canada. I've been there one time and I had an absolute blast.
Shout out.
Shout out
Was it?
UBC.
What was it? Rivers Casino? we went to?
Rivers Casino. Yeah, I fucking hit four threes with the kicker at Rivers Casino up in British
You
Columbia.
playing quarters?
I was.
So is it
But
like
technically I won
200?
95 Canadian dollars, which was like 75 American or something like that. Good time though. Real good time.
I didn't know they had casinos in Canada.
Yeah, ran by Asians.
Yeah.
Gave you free play too.
Big-
Pretty nice of them.
Big Asian population. Whenever we would go on road trips, and not only on the road trips would we gamble on the bus, we'd have blackjack in the back and we'd have poker up front, or Texas Hold'em up front
With our coach.
With the coach, and we lose our fucking stipend money.
Yeah.
So generally, the liquor's in the front. You liquor in the front, and then poker in the back.
Generally, but
We were reversed.
yeah, change it up.
Trying to be respectful.
So what we do is you go to the front of the bus, play Texas Hold'em versus our coach who can count cards.
That sounds like not fun.
We didn't win very much, but then what you did is you went to the back and you played as the house during the blackjack game, so you made all your money back. That way, and then we get to wherever we were going, we try to find a casino there too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The last headline that we've got is MLB prospect Carter Stewart is skipping the MLB draft and signing in Japan. Dan?
Let's go low on this because that's a
Okay.
Braves guy.
Drafted by the Braves in
Ouch.
the first round. Didn't want to take the money. I mean, I respect it, but you're an 18, 19-year-old kid. You're from Georgia, and you want to go live in Japan for 6 years?
Well, it's nice to go abroad and learn different cultures or something. But can you elaborate a little bit on like the contract that he would have signed with the Braves in comparison to to the 6-year, $6 million that he got with the triple times escalator for incentives?
I think
Like,
that's
what
what
is it?
I think that's what they offered him in his signing bonus when they drafted him 7th or 8th overall. I think they offered him around 6 or 7. So he's getting the same amount of money.
It's just it's more the opportunity of him being able to play at a higher level earlier that's probably drawing him.
Yeah.
And it's serious security. Like you're getting paid, you're going to the show right away, even though it's Japan's show.
So here's the way that I feel like, at least personally, look at it. He's getting paid. He's getting a signing bonus, right? But as everybody in the room knows, or at least I feel like everybody should know, and if you don't know, minor league baseball is absolute fucking ass. It's the worst conditions for the worst money, and it's the longest goddamn grind you could possibly. There's nothing else like it. No other major league sport in the world that at least I know of has the type of grind to get to the pinnacle of your sport. You get drafted in football, you're on the practice squad. You're
on the
playing.
team.
You're on the team. You're playing as long as you get signed. You go basketball, maybe you go down to the G League, but most likely if you're drafted, you're going to be on the team that next year. You know, baseball, he's 18. He's coming straight out of high school. You don't see outside of the Bryce Harpers. You don't see guys
Juan
come out of high
Soto.
school and make it up at 19, 20 years old. He's going to be playing in the minors in those shit conditions until he's 23, 24, most likely, unless he's just absolutely balling.
Which still, I mean, especially if he signed with the Braves have a great farm system, one of the best in baseball, surrounded or basically with a shit ton of right-handed pitching. And if you want to look at a guy they drafted in, I believe 14, his name's Ian Anderson, righty, 3rd overall pick. He is still in the minor leagues, balling every single year, but he's not coming up.
There's no room for him.
So
There's no room.
is that more? Is it like a combination? It's probably a combination of multiple factors. But with their pitching rotation, the minors being loaded too, this is just it's not as good of an opportunity as making the same money and going to play pro in Japan.
And see, this is
It's a
what I
better
think of it.
opportunity to go to Japan.
Exactly. It's he's getting this opportunity where he's gonna make more money. He's gonna make more money. I mean, the signing bonus is great, but once you're out of that signing bonus, you're making trash. You're dirt poor. You're on the
$100 a
road.
week.
Yeah, you're on the road 3 or 4 times a month, and those are long ass 10 to 15-hour road trips on a bus. You're staying in hotels. You're getting $100 stipend to go and eat. You're making maybe $1,000 a week or a month.
Meanwhile, in Japan, he's getting $1 million a year, and it could escalate to $3 million a year.
And they also did like 3 out of the last
Depending
4
on incentives.
championships in that Japanese team. They've won 3 out of the last 4
Do you know the
championships.
name of the team?
I don't.
Okay,
Nippon Ham Fighters.
thank you.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm just trying to name all the Japan teams.
Oh, okay. I was like, thank you so much.
That was one of the teams I know.
I would take a wild guess that they probably have a private jet. They probably don't take buses to games out there. He's going to be playing in front of thousands and thousands of people. You might, if you play for a decent, double or triple A team, you might get, like the Aviators.
5,000.
The Aviators have been averaging, stat of the day.
Yes.
Shout out Dan Patrick.
Yes.
Tell
The
him.
Aviators are averaging more attendance or more people in attendance than the fucking Miami Marlins.
That is amazing.
For real, dude.
That
We're
makes
averaging
me
like
so happy.
We're averaging like 9,600. The Miami Marlins are averaging like 9,300 a game.
Awesome.
Bad.
So not a good look for the Marlins.
Oh, here's a bus trip story. My buddy's actually in the Braves organization as a pitcher. He got called up from Low A, Rome, to High A, Florida. If he would have stayed in Low A, Rome for 2 more weeks, he was taking an 11-hour bus trip from Rome, Georgia to New Jersey.
Oof.
How does that sound?
No
Doesn't
thanks.
sound fun. And we know, trust me, we know all about them 10 to 15-hour bus rides.
No, not fun.
They are not a good time. Especially when your fucking bathroom and your toilet in the back is broken.
Oh,
So anytime that door opens, you just get a whiff of like 3-week-old piss that's been sitting in the septic tank.
Bad.
Not a good time. But like, I think not only is it a great move for him, I think this is going to be great for baseball because you're going to see other guys do this now. He's going to get out of that contract in 6 years. He'll be 24 years old.
And if
he'll
he,
be a
if he
millionaire.
has a good ERA, he's gonna get an offer.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is he gets to go into baseball as a free agent, unrestricted
at
international free
24
agent.
and not have to worry about financials.
So he gets to go sign with a team that wants him, and he's already in the majors. So he made millions. He got to live a much better lifestyle than he would in the minor leagues, and more guys are going to follow suit with this.
I think so too. It opens up the door kind of to where this could happen.
Exactly.
A lot more.
And I think that's going to force the MLB to do something different with the minor league system, which is something that is desperately needed.
What, first 2 picks are required to be on the 40 or something like that? First round picks are required.
That'd be insane if they
That'd
did
be
something
crazy.
like that.
Regarding MLB, we are opening up with our patented Cubs watch right here. They're currently 29-19, and they're in first place in the NL Central.
Good team.
1.5 games over the Brewers.
You hate to see it, Cotton. You just hate to see it.
Why do you hate to see it this week?
I'm always gonna hate to see it. They're ain't gonna until they start doing bad. I'm gonna hate to see it. And if that's this year, great. As long as they don't win a championship, that's what I root for.
Oh, I hope they play in the World Series.
I fucking hope they don't. I really hope they. Like I said, you just don't want that. You really don't. It's not good for baseball. not.
I disagree.
It's terrible for baseball. You're a fucking Braves fan. You should be mad because it was the only reason the Cubs are popular is because they were so poor they couldn't put up lights at their stadium, so they had to play day games. So WGN said, "Fuck it, let's sign them to a syndication deal, and we'll put all of their day games on." And who was the other team on that syndication deal?
The Braves.
The Braves were.
Or the White
TBS.
Sox were.
TBS actually for the Braves.
That was a TBS. I thought they were WGN.
No,
It's TBS.
Braves are TBS.
But they play. You got all the Braves games during the day. I remember
Turner
that.
broadcast.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get the Braves
Ted
games
Turner.
and the Cubs games during the game or during the day. At least it used to be that way. It's not exactly the same as it is now.
Today, JT Realmuto hit a absolute bomb out of Wrigley Field.
Good, and they lost
Yep.
today.
No, the Phillies won. Yeah,
Phillies won.
Cubs lost.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Cubs lost today.
Nola pitched well. Lester gave up 7 through 4.
That's
Not-
something you can look forward to. John Lester,
The
old.
demise.
Cole Hamels, old.
No, they're not going to be prominent for very much longer.
Second half of the season going to come up pretty quick.
I don't think
They'll feel it.
I already said at the beginning. Now, granted, most of my predictions on the show, I feel like have fared pretty well. My prediction for the Cubs not looking good. I said that they would be under 500 and Joe Madden would be fired by All-Star break.
Oh,
Don't think that one's happening anymore. There's still a whole out hope for that,
not even close.
but most likely not happening. But I still
Probably
don't. I still don't have the Cubs making the playoffs, and I think you're right. I think that age is going to catch up to them, and I think that they're just on a hot streak right now. But they haven't really been playing tough teams. It's like I said last week, they played. Granted, they've beaten the Brewers a couple times, but the Brewers have beat them. But they beat up on the Marlins. They beat up on the Reds. You know, what do you want? A cookie?
You know a lot about the Cubs.
I do.
Someone who doesn't like them.
Because
ESPN.
we do a fucking Cubs watch every week, so I know way more about them now than I care to know.
Then the White Sox almost.
Oh no, trust me, I know way more about the White Sox.
I'll bring this up later, actually, because
Okay.
it's not. It can
Breaking
fit.
news.
Yeah, well, kind of. But we'll bring it up in the NBA section.
Okay.
Okay. Things are starting to heat up around free agent Dallas Keuchel. He's obviously the best starting pitcher available for some of these teams, and we do have teams that have had injuries. You know, the Mets, the Yankees, and the Rays are the teams that are kind of swirling around Keuchel's name right now.
You can't pay someone who throws 88 miles per hour the money he wants.
I see that he's looking for a 1-year deal.
Is he?
Really?
That's what he finally said?
At this point, yeah. That's what I saw today.
Yeah, he should.
That's exactly, okay, that's surprising.
That's
Because
what
I
he
haven't
should want.
read that because I would 100% agree with Lowe. The problem is he wanted the fucking long-term superstar deal. He wanted the 7-year, $200-something million contract.
And he
because-
regressed before he was able to get it.
Yeah, and that's what he thought he deserved because he was, I mean, granted, yeah, he threw 80 poo, but it was very accurate 80 poo, and it was very, you know, he was able to mix it up, keep people off balance, and he won a Cy Young.
He won a Cy Young. But college guy, went to Arkansas. That's years there.
Yep.
Spent time in the minors. Was on Astros for like what, 4 or 5 years? He's
Yeah, he's
30.
He's 30, I think 30, 31.
Yep.
You're not getting
About that.
You're not getting a lefty who throws 88 7 years.
And he's been, like you said, he's been regressing.
Yeah.
His Cy Young year was what, 2015,
And he's dealt with injuries.
and he's
too.
been decent. I mean, it's not like his Cy Young year was amazing, but
Yeah.
since then he's had like a mid 3 ERA.
But a lot of that is he's been the fourth or fifth pitcher in that rotation too, which if you've got help around you, it helps you play better too. Instead of him having to be the ace, being the fourth or fifth guy, you get a little bit better play.
If he's finally willing to take a 1-year deal, that's the best thing he can do. And whoever picks him up, it's a good deal for them.
So do any other teams jump off the page to you that could use him right now for this year?
Fucking my team.
The White Sox.
Dude, our fucking pitching staff is horrendous.
Well, where are they in their division right now?
Third.
How many games back?
10. Fucking Twins are tearing
They're
it up.
10 games back.
Twins are 32-16, I think.
Twins are good.
Yeah.
Twins rake.
Twins are playing real well.
It's Barrios leading the Cy Young.
But we're only 3.5 out of wild card.
Okay.
So we're surprisingly fucking 50 games into the season. My team's still in it.
So the White Sox could use a guy like that.
We really could, but they're not going to do it. Rick Hahn's not doing it.
No. I see the Red Sox
Red Sox could
trying to
easily
make
do
a
it.
move.
Mets can do it.
Mets don't want to make a move like that.
After
They're
getting
not trying to win.
after getting, Mets gonna Met.
They're going to be all very injured by June.
It started
already-
already. It's already started,
started.
and it spiraled again after last week. We brought two to you. Here are two more. Robinson Cano and Cespedes are both injured now as well.
They got Carlos Gomez now. Carlos Gomez, he'll get 500 at bats because
The guy,
everyone will be hurt.
a guy you don't want getting 500 at bats anymore. Maybe 6 years ago, great addition.
Yeah.
Nowadays, not looking good.
He'll get 500 ABs and hit 220. But
He did hit a monster jack today, though.
big time.
Yeah,
The 3-1 game-winning jack.
Killed my underbet, so
Ouch.
fuck him today.
you hate to see
No.
it. That's why you just don't bet on baseball, folks. Unless you have a shit ton of money and you can bet pitchers. If you could just straight up bet that 190, Chris Sale versus the fucking Miami Marlins,
Shout
by
out,
all means.
Shout out Strasburg minus 188 today against the Mets and lost. Bad logic.
Yeah,
today.
no, you can't really win betting favorites, man. You gotta smack.
Garrett
dogs.
Cole. Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole,
yesterday.
White Sox.
What was he minus 300?
Dude, the White Sox are plus 160 on the run line. And they put up 6 on him in the 6th.
Oh boy.
Shout out Charlie Tilson, though. First career home run, grand slam. You love to see it.
Is he a guy? Is he a player?
Dude, he fucking was really good in the minors. Always above a 300, a 30 steal guy. He's just been hurt. So, who knows? The White Sox are right there with it. I mean, Atlanta's further along at the pro level than we are, obviously.
Obviously.
But the farm systems, the White Sox were and still are right there at the top with the Braves.
I don't think anybody's surprised by the fact that the Nationals are struggling.
No, in the slightest.
No. I mean, I am kind of because their pitching's really good with Corbin, Strasburg, and Scherzer. But their bullpen is awful.
Yeah, all they got is Doolittle out of the
Very
bullpen.
bad.
That's it.
Yeah, they just lost their 5th in a row. They got swept by the Mets, and they're 12 games under. So
It's
You'll
just
love
they-
to see that.
They have a 3-headed monster. Like you said, they have no bullpen. And I think this is what's going to come back around. I've said this before, is what's going to hurt the Red Sox throughout the longevity of the season is they don't have a bullpen. And, I mean, you lose Bryce. Anthony Rendon's playing fantastic, but Juan Soto's not having the same type of success he had last year.
Rendon's being shopped around, kind of.
They already said that he's on the trading block. And if they deal Rendon, then they're going full rebuild.
I think you have to at this point.
You should do it.
Get what you can.
I mean, people thought Juan Soto was better than Acuna. LOL.
He is young, though. I mean, they both are young.
So is Acuna.
Yeah, they both are. What's Acuna, 20, 21?
Yeah.
And
22.
Soto's 20 right now?
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. I like both of them. I think they're both going to be really good in the future. I think they're good for baseball. So, but if I had to choose one for, if I got a free fucking pick between Juan Soto and Acuna to come to my team, I'm taking Acuna.
Yeah,
I
everybody
just
has
don't
to.
think you could sell with that pitching staff. Especially Corbin, they signed him to a deal. Scherzer's locked up. Strasburg's locked up. Like, you can't just...
You don't want to go the
Quit.
Don't do the fire. Well, I mean, I guess if you can get
But maybe a guy like Strasburg's part of that fire sale.
I mean, if
Or
you
Scherzer.
that,
if they trade Scherzer and Strasburg and Corbin and, let's say, Rendon, they got the top farm system in baseball.
yeah.
I mean, if you're 12 under with those guys, I think it's at this point time. You know, we're what 60 games into the season.
Let me
Quarter of the way through.
let me talk
50
hypotheticals
games in.
here real quick.
Okay.
How good is the Rays farm system?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the Twins?
Okay, they had the first pick.
I'm just curious, like, what if one of those two teams, who already have what I think they have two of the better staffs and they have two of the better teams in the MLB. Like, imagine Scherzer getting dealt to the Twins. You have Jose Barrios and Scherzer on the top. You know, Scherzer comes back to the AL Central.
It's scary.
It would be crazy, but I think with
I'd want to see Scherzer go to the NL so he can hit.
yeah, he rakes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
But I think the deal they signed Scherzer to, you can't trade him.
No
you have to
one-
keep
no
him
one.
forever. They gave him like the Bobby Bonilla deal. He's
No,
going
they-
to be getting money until 2035.
The best. That's still the greatest deal in the history of MLB.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bonilla's a savage. Good for him.
for through 2025, I think it is.
Yeah,
Still.
and it's been going since what,
It was
97?
25 years. So they bought him out in like 99, and then there was like a 5-year push off to 05, and then 25. Or yeah, like.
Hey, congrats on retirement. Here's an extra $1 million.
Well, what's crazy? It was
here's
only
an extra $1 million.
It was only a $5 million buyout, but because they bought him out and spread it out, he ended up getting over $25 million for the $5 million, which is like crazy.
I mean, it's
they should
actually-
have just cut him a check, dude.
But
Seriously.
it saves the Mets a lot of money though, doing it that
It
way.
cost them $20 million over the last 25 years.
Well, when you put it like that,
Yeah, when you put it, like,
It's not like it saved them a championship or anything. They
hey, they
give-
did go to one.
Yeah, and then they used that money to pay Jay Payton. Come on.
Mets gonna Met, baby.
All right, in closing up MLB.
What?
It was the Subway Series, the Yankees.
No, they
were
played
in
against
15.
the Royals
in 15
in 15. That's who the Royals beat.
That's right.
when Lucas Duda couldn't throw the ball to home plate.
David Wright.
So the two since 2000. Then?
Yep.
Not awful.
In the we're gonna close up MLB with this. Dan, you've got a lot on this. Rich Hill, he went into a tirade
Tangent incoming.
about
So what's the name of the guy? Because I'll butcher it.
G-Man Choi.
G-Man Choi, the first baseman from the Rays. They were playing the Dodgers recently. And as a lot of you probably know, if you watch baseball, the shift has become a very prominent debate in baseball. And the Dodgers shifted their entire infield. So their third baseman was playing behind second. Short was playing, between left or right center and, right. And then their second baseman was practically playing right. And their first baseman was playing first, right? And G-Man Choi, did I get it right?
Yeah, good job.
Laid down a bunt. Beautiful. There's nobody on the left side. He bunted it to the left side, and Rich Hill turned and watched the ball. And we'll see. We'll try to put the video here for you. We don't know if we'll be able to. And he turns, he watches it, and he goes, "Where the fuck is the? Everybody's on the left side of the fucking field." And it was the first inning. Nobody scored. He got out of it. Not a big deal. But it begs the question: should the shift be banned?
Low.
No,
Thank you.
it's genius. I mean, if you have thousands and thousands and thousands of at-bats for guys who have been in the major leagues and you have all their data, if you know that he's going to hit the ball up the middle and to the first base side 78% of the time.
A la Joey Gallo.
Shout out, Vegas boy. And if he's going to hit the ball to third base 7% of the time, I'm not playing a guy there.
Nah.
It's just smart.
Make him show you that he can do what Hesop Choi or whatever this guy's name is.
That's
G-Man Choi.
that's literally
What is his name?
G-Man.
G-Man Choi.
That's
Is that his brother?
They're Koreans all have the same name pretty much.
Gotcha.
There's always a Choi in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, if just be better.
That's my literally the two words that I use to explain it every time is be better.
Just
Okay?
hit here. Learn how to hit.
It's called there's a reason that the baseball it's been the same way for years. Okay? If you can't fucking go opposite field and you pull it 90% of the time, then the shift, be better. If you don't want to hit it into the shift, then learn how to hit opposite field or learn how to lay down a bunt like he did. Now, for Rich Hill to be mad about it, I find that more interesting because it works in your favor 70% of the time, and you were mad about the 30% of the time that it didn't.
Well, and we all know the unwritten rule, like, you don't show up your teammates.
You're not wrong.
Rich Hill acted shocked that they're running a shift. Why are you guys doing this?
He
Where are
acted-
you at?
Acted shocked, and want to know who the MLB leader is statistically for shifts percentage of the time? The
Is it
Dodgers.
Yeah,
35% of the time, the Dodgers shift.
I think the Astros are up there too.
I believe they are as
for
well.
sure.
I love the shift, man.
Be better.
Look,
I do
here's the
too.
thing: if these guys are so current on their analytics, like if you know how to hit, and you just slap one down the line, go opposite real quick once or twice, like you're gonna make the shift go away anyways. So like once you show you can do it,
No one's trying to do that though. Not in this day and age.
they should be.
Everybody's too worried about bat angle or launch angle and hitting bombs.
It's a launch angle error for sure.
Yep. Big shout out to Joey Gallo, though. He's hitting 293 right now,
Crazy,
right?
crazy. He
I don't
hasn't
think
hit
you've
good
done that since you were
Gorman.
at Gorman.
I bet his spray chart looks a little bit better this year.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't put fielders in the stands
You
or in
definitely
the
can't.
gaps. They're trying to hit gap to gap anyways. If they hit a ground ball to the right side, it's an accident.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to slap the ball the other way. It's bad for their analytics. My OPS is not going to go up if I hit a single to left field. Sorry. Let me try to hit a tank. I'll strike out instead. Fuck it.
And that's literally the era, like you said, that's the era that we're playing in.
The analytics do lean towards it being better for the team in a whole to try to just get the home runs. Like it's
Yeah.
actually
Well, that's
leads
what-
to more runs by striking out more and trying to go yards. So I get it from that point of view, but don't ban the shift
No.
because of all of this. Like you can't use those two things to argue against each other. Like they just don't work that way.
I would be very upset if they actually ended up implementing the shift ban.
That'd be the weakest thing ever. Like then you've got zones that you can only play as far a certain way. Like, were they going to put chalk on the field? You can't go past
You can't.
here.
The shortstop can't go past this.
And what
line.
if it's like a specific amount of steps? Like everybody's different. People have different ranges. Like
It'll be like the coach's box in the NBA. It's there, but nobody really
it
pays
doesn't
attention
actually
to it.
really matter.
Let me go. I'll go 4 or 5 steps over this coaching box.
You got breaking news from the producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Breaking news,
Should we-
Packers offensive lineman David Bakhtiari and Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers are having a beer chugging competition courtside at the Bucks game.
that is fantastic.
That's just a battle you don't want to go into,
Yeah,
Aaron
they-
Rodgers.
they-
We already saw Bakhtiari smashing 2 of them.
They're trading chugs back and forth, and the O-line is slamming beers, going insane.
He didn't finish.
Don't you think he should be worrying about rehabbing and maybe watching game film or something?
No, dude, it's like any other famous person in that area. They all go and support the other teams, dude.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't care about anybody but himself.
I love that argument, though. Why are you at a Bucks game? Why aren't you watching film?
Well, you can't watch
Go
film.
watch
He can't
Where were
watch
they?
film with the other 10 hours in his
They
day.
6-9
No.
or 6-10 last year.
It's like when people are on Twitter
Don't-
and they
don't.
tweet stuff. It's like, why are you tweeting? Why aren't you in the cages hitting? Well,
I was taking a break.
yeah.
What were you gonna say? Sound like you were gonna talk some shit.
Aaron Rodgers might be a bad human being,
It's a terrible human being,
but don't discredit what he did on one leg last year, man.
dude.
Come
He shouldn't
on.
even have been allowed to come back in that first Bears game. It was so prevalent that he was high on something during that post game interview. Like
You're
it was
saying it was-
ridiculous.
Are you saying it was obvious he was high on something?
Yes,
It
extremely.
looked like he was shot with like Molly, dude.
That's the thing. You can't do drugs like during the week, but during the game, if you need to come back in the game,
You can do whatever
we'll
drugs
give
you want.
whatever you need.
He was on something, and it made him play better.
What a game.
So, other football news: Reuben Foster tore his ACL.
Fucking bad blow for the Redskins. Like I don't have. I got a buddy who's a Redskins fan, so I don't have a quarrel with him. But at the same time, like, dude, again, their entire defense was hurt last year. It's 100 days to the opening day to week 1.
And they're gonna trot out who at quarterback? Case Keenum and
Case Keenum
and Dwayne Haskins.
I mean, if they don't have Haskins starting day 1, there's a problem.
Dwayne
He's
Haskins.
not gonna play, dude.
Dwayne Haskins, fat Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, you get it, man. Not a lot of people get that.
Well, we're not Haskins guys. We're,
No. But there's a lot of people that are just
Oh, people are high on
Love Dwayne
are
Haskins.
high on the Haskins train.
Throw the ball you want, but you look like you're 240.
he looks
This
like he's
draft party.
250, bro.
If you don't know who that is, you're like, oh, who's that linebacker getting drafted to? He's big.
He might be the next
Yeah,
Marcus
he
Russell.
looks like a tight end, man.
He comes into training camp at 270.
Hey, he can throw the ball 80 yards on his knees, though. So
Oh, yeah.
looks great in shorts.
Yeah, he's going to overthrow a lot of fucking receivers.
Story about Jamarcus Russell. I know that I heard a story one time that he was the team didn't think that he was watching the game film, so they gave him his DVDs empty and asked him what coverages they were running. And he came back the next day. It was like, oh, yeah, it's like cover 3, and it's like, whoa, whatever. And they're like, there were no fucking DVDs in there. The DVDs were blank, or there
It's
were
like
no
the old-
DVDs in the...
It's the old dollar at the back of the playbook trick.
Yeah, exactly.
See if you actually read it.
Yep. Gerald McCoy was cut by the Buccaneers.
Sad.
Yeah. Feels bad.
Feels bad, but you're expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, all they did is
And
just
they-
give Sue his
They
money.
said that they just picked up Sue, so it's an upgrade.
Yeah,
Sue might be
for
getting a
sure.
little bit older, but it's an upgrade for sure.
Depends who you ask. I mean, McCoy's probably got a little bit more
Were they the
in the
same draft?
tank.
Were they the same draft?
I
Interesting
don't think
question.
so. They were right about the same time, like a year apart, maybe. But they were both what? Sue went number 1 or 2, and so did McCoy.
So McCoy.
And I would say, but Sue's had the better career. He's also had more suspensions.
McCoy's a 6-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know, dude.
That's the thing. Pro Bowl is such a stat. Like everybody's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but
about-
whether or not you play,
three-
still getting the accollade is like, you know, you're an
it's
NBA
nice to get
All-Star.
the
Still,
accolade.
yeah.
NBA All Stars is getting to be a lot more tough than a Pro Bowler. But like McCoy is like the guy. He's like, oh, he's so good. He's such a good defensive tackle. But it's like he plays on the Buccaneers. Like, what does he do that anybody would know?
Well, it depends where he goes. He is a terror, but he's got to be in the right system, right? He's not an under tackle. He's more of a like a 3.
He plays a 3-tech, doesn't
like
he?
more of a 3, but yeah, and I don't think you want him playing on the outside in the end either. Like
No.
Well, he's got to stay.
It's gotta be the right
He's got to
system.
stay in that system because I would figure. Now, I mean, he like you said, he's a 6-time Pro Bowler. He's athletic. He's good. So I mean, I feel like he could learn a new system, and he
Yeah.
could be good playing in any technique on the
I
line.
think so, too.
If they split him out and they put him maybe more in like a 1, maybe a 2-eye.
But what does the rest of the team look like? And his first choice, where he's taking his first free agent visit, is with the Cleveland Browns.
I would have guessed them or the Raiders. Those two seem like
Yeah, Raiders
feel
have
like
no money.
I feel like the Raiders would probably be. Do the Browns have money?
A little bit, dude.
He's gonna demand money. It's not like he's gonna,
Yeah, but he's only going to get like the Ansa deal, dude. He's going to get like a 1 year. Prove it right now.
Yeah, that's true.
sign with the
I mean,
Raiders.
if I was him, then it's probably if I was him, then the wiser deal is probably go to the Browns. But
Why not? Everyone's going to the Browns. Might as well give it a shot.
yeah, hop on the train.
Or sign a deal with the Raiders. Come to Vegas. No state tax.
That's
Shout out
true.
to that.
But we're not big Raiders guys, so
Oh, fuck the Raiders. I'm a Chargers fan, so.
there you go.
So
There you
you
have
agree?
We all get along in this room.
Would have loved to have gotten the Chargers instead.
Dude, it would have made so much more sense to
Yeah.
fucking give us the Chargers.
Chargers,
Seriously.
or even the Rams. Either one of those two teams.
I'd have been fine with the Rams, too.
And move the Raiders to LA. That's what should have happened.
Why did they? I don't get it. What the fuck is the owner? I got another buddy who's a Chargers fan. What's the name of the owner for the Chargers?
Spanos.
Spanos. That's right. Dude, what the fuck were you thinking? Why were you? Why?
Why leave San Diego? The Chargers play fucking 16 road games now. That's cool.
Yeah, and
Because they play in a fucking soccer stadium that's filled with the other team's fans every time.
and they have a great team.
Yeah.
Imagine getting
Really good team.
Imagine the Chargers playing a home game in an actual 60,000, 70,000 fan stadium with 50,000 of those people there rooting for them. Instead, they play at a 25,000 seat soccer stadium
It's filled up with visitors.
15,000, visitor fans.
Oh my God. When we played the Raiders, it was gross. It was
Yeah,
black.
probably don't want to go to
All
that.
black in the stadium.
Dude, I love Derwin James, and I know you do too. We were
He's an
such big
animal.
Derwin James guys coming out of the draft, and dude, he's so good.
He had a great year, a great rookie.
I mean,
year.
I was happy the Bears took Roquan Smith, but I really wanted the Bears to take Derwin at 8 last year.
He's good. And then another guy we got in the draft last year, Desmond King, first team All Pro.
Yeah,
Iowa.
dude, he was balling last year.
And then Casey Hayward, first team All Pro.
Chargers gonna be good again. Chargers gonna be real good. I mean,
Hopefully
Rivers.
Jody-
The question is how much longer does Rivers have? I mean, he's
Couple-
got 8 kids,
couple
so
of years.
Exactly. He
should be fine.
Not long.
I think it's bigger. The bigger question is Melvin Gordon's knee going to continue to hold up? Because he's already had microfracture. He has had issues. He gets nicked up,
the thing about it is,
and they're all in on him
he's a top back regardless.
when he plays.
But it's still such an interchangeable position nowadays. Is he a game changer? Yes. Obviously, he's I would put him top 5. But even if he does go down or go somewhere else, it's not like that's a position that really changes the game like it used to, you know? And that's not a knock on Melvin Gordon or anybody. It's just I think that's
No, but what it is he is in a position to change the game more so than some of the other guys that you would have replacing him or backing him up. You know,
Austin Eckler,
uh,
D2 guy.
I thought he played well last
he
year.
played really
He's
well.
good. And that's the thing with the NFL nowadays. It's almost like if you have a pass catching running back, you're fine. You don't even have to run the ball as much.
Yeah, because you could just run the ball through the. I mean, look at what Tom Brady does with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Well,
James White makes 8 catches a game for like 60 yards, and all of them are behind the line of scrimmage practically.
the one caveat to that is you have to not be able to show your hand, right? So like with a situation with like the Bears, when Howard was in the backfield,
Oh, he was so one-dimensional.
You knew they were running it.
Yeah.
When Cohen was in the backfield, you know they're throwing it. Now with Gordon and Austin Eckler, they don't tip their hand. The Patriots, they don't tip their hand.
Sony Michel can. I mean,
Sony Michel, even when
I
they
don't
were
wanna say he can catch.
dude, even a couple years ago when they had Deion Lewis, they'd hand the ball off inside zone to Deion Lewis to
Yeah.
keep you honest. Like these other teams don't do that to the extent they tip their hand with who they're like. Oh well, we know that they're throwing.
that's why the Bears traded Jordan Howard away for a 6th-round pick.
Deuces.
Yeah,
You got.
and we picked up Devin Montgomery. I'm so excited now that we're not going to be one-dimensional in the run game. It's gonna be great. I love Jordan Howard too. I'm a big Jordan Howard guy. I like him. I think he's a great back.
David Montgomery.
I liked him when he was at Iowa State. I thought he was a real
He's
good
the
back.
consensus fantasy #1 running back coming off the board. Dynasty.
In our we do a dynasty football
Dynasty
league.
rookie running back.
Really?
Montgomery's the
Yeah.
number one prospect.
Do we have any open spots? Oh wait, we can't have an open spot. We would have to take over a team.
We'll figure it out. I haven't really gone into it yet.
I'm in too many fantasy football leagues, anyways. Not to brag, but I have a lot of friends. So guys,
I'm kind of popular.
He's a big time guy around Vegas.
So there's closing up football. There's a rumor swirling.
I like rumors.
You heard, Dan, that we may be getting NC-Dub 2020. That may happen.
I will never play another video game if they give me one more NC Dub.
I'm looking forward to Dynasty, like online
Dude,
Dynasty, in that.
If they give us NC Dub, they have to include an ultimate team. They have to.
with drafts and legends.
Do you do Madden at all? Ultimate Team?
no, I don't play Madden.
Okay. You did 2K, right? You're a 2K guy.
I did. Not
So you-
anymore. Not a big video game guy anymore.
No?
No.
Haven't been playing much. Did you do like the my teams and shit though when you were playing?
Yeah.
So you know it at least then.
Yeah, I know
Dude,
what you're talking about.
imagine an NC Dub Ultimate Team.
They can't make an NCAA video game. They can't do it.
Don't say that to me.
Not with the high, like everybody talking about NCAA players not getting paid anything, and you come out with an NCAA video game, you can't do it.
I say pay them so that we could have the
yeah,
fucking game.
I think they should pay them, but I've also read that they're starting to talk compensation deals regarding it. That's where this whole thing's rumor starting from.
Did you tell a college player, hey, let me get your likeness, I'll give you $5,000? You tell me they wouldn't take that in a heartbeat?
Every single one of them would, but the issue you run into is you can't give the guys from Montana the same amount that you give the guys to Alabama.
No, but that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the thing.
Minimum's like, make the minimum $3,000, and for the big time guys, make it more money. It's like we were happy getting $100 stipend to go on a road trip. That was fucking amazing. Imagine someone come up and say, hey, we're going to use your likeness for a video game. Here's $1,000.
Yeah, and like if they like the cover that's going around social media with Trevor Lawrence on it, like, yeah, we don't pay our athletes, but let's come out with an NCAA video game with Trevor Lawrence on the cover and not give him any money. What? That doesn't make any sense.
That's what it used to be.
They've been doing like there's just people online making those in Photoshop.
They make it every year. Like
They
put
do.
RG Griffin, Robert Griffin on it. They put Trevor Lawrence on it. They do everything. Like
It's just damn
It's always
shame.
someone after they graduate or after they declare pro.
Yeah, they've always
Reggie
put
Bush
Vince
in
Young,
the draft.
Colt McCoy.
Dude, imagine that
Smart.
first
Who's
99, 2005 Reggie Bush card.
Denard Robinson. In NBA news, the all NBA teams have been released and the all defensive teams have been released. I'm going to go ahead and rattle them off right now just so that we have them. First team, all NBA first team is Giannis, Steph, Paul George, Harden, Jokic. Second team is Durant, Embiid, Kyrie, Kawhi, and Damian Lillard. Third is Gobert, Blake Griffin, LeBron, Kemba, and Westbrook. All defensive teams. First team, Gobert, Paul George, Giannis, Marcus Smart, Eric Bledsoe. Second team, Drew Holiday, Klay Thompson, Joel Embiid, Draymond, Kawhi.
Tell me that second team can't beat the first team in a 7-game series, and you're crazy.
That's literally what I was just thinking to myself. I was like, wait, this is the second team?
So
Second team stacked.
you talking about
Dude.
on defense or all pro?
All pro.
Okay, so the first team was Giannis, Steph, Paul George, Harden, and Jokic. And you're saying Durant, Embiid, Kyrie, Kawhi, and Damian Lillard would beat those guys?
Yes.
I think that's a good
I
series.
think so too.
That'd be a really good game, dude.
That's a
It's
good
like
series.
Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Harden, Durant, Paul George, Kawhi, Giannis, Joker, Embiid. Wow. Those are the 1 through 5 matchups.
That's going 7 games.
Yeah, it might go 12 games.
It's going to get fantastic ratings. And I think the second team pulls it out in a double overtime thriller.
The biggest thing that this brings to the forefront is very easily Klay Thompson not making All-Pro.
Feels real bad.
So he is going to miss out on about potentially $70 million by not making one of the first 3 teams. You know, he's not able to get the Supermax deal.
Collusion.
Well, so now he may leave. Or collusion?
There's no collusion.
It's collusion. They don't want him to resign with Golden State.
If
You're telling me he's not better than Bradley Beal, Kemba Walker?
That
he was
on,
definitely
bro.
better than both
he
of
was
them.
not happy about Kemba beating him out.
No.
Yeah, if well, hopefully we can get the interview and we can put it up right there.
We
But
may.
if not, allow me to do the face from Klay Thompson in the interview. Reporter on the side talking about, hey, Klay, did you know that you didn't make third team and Kevin made it over you? Literally, that was the face that he made.
Spot on.
That thing was pretty good.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he was not happy.
No.
I don't blame him. Granted, if it is collusion, if for our fans that have watched from episode 1, we talked about I think the NBA needs to get rid of the super team stuff. So I'm okay with it being collusion to force Klay to leave. I would just I don't think you need to do it that way. I think you just do something different instead of trying to hide it behind closed doors and fucking go over Klay, who deserves to be at least third team, at the very least. And it ain't right fucking with somebody's money. Now, granted, it's $150 million that he's probably going to make now compared to $220.
But on the other side, it allows Charlotte, a dumpster, to be able to offer Kemba money to stay. And if they lose him, that's more hurtful to the league than Klay going to the Lakers. Both of Kemba staying in Charlotte and Klay going to the Lakers is much better for the league than Klay staying in Golden State and Kemba going somewhere else.
But the problem is if they can give Kemba that Supermax contract, then what money do they have to bring in somebody to put next to Kemba?
True. Also,
I definitely don't disagree with what you're saying. You want those smaller market teams to be able to have a all-star caliber player there. But if they give him Kemba doesn't deserve $220 million. That's first off right out the gates.
No.
So it'd be a bad move as a GM.
I mean, he earned it.
I would not say third team All Pro earned you $220 million. I think if Klay Thompson's third team All Pro, he's a 3-time champion, a multiple time All Pro, multiple time All Star. He deserves that kind of money.
He's had
but
a lot of
I don't
help,
think
too.
that he would be. I don't even think that he deserves 220. If I'm being honest, I don't think
Probably
Klay
not.
deserves it either. But I would say that Klay deserves a bigger contract than Kemba Walker.
He's the best shooter. I think he's the best shooter in the NBA, not to mention he was second team all defensive team. So he's a 3-and-D guy, exactly what the NBA is, and he's really good at what he does.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And not to mention on the Hornets, their second best player is their owner. So that's
Shout out MJ.
not saying much about Charlotte and where they're going.
Could probably still beat all of them fools on that team in a one-on-one.
They drafted Cody Zeller with a top 5 pick. They're not a good team. No offense.
Right. you
Sorry,
are.
Cody.
On the Eastern Conference Final side, Kyle Lowry has a thumb injury, and he's not getting any better. But he's not frightful either. He's going to have surgery after the year, but he's just doing maintenance. And
If he's going to have surgery after the year, I cannot see him being able to play well with that injury.
Not to mention he's a choker anyways.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
never been.
He's had a few good games this series, but he's been notoriously bad in the playoffs.
we bashed him a lot, and I've been surprised with the way that he's actually played.
He's
in
played
this series.
well
He
in
has
this series.
actually
He
come
has.
to play, but there's still 3 more games, so
But it's like,
we'll see.
oh yeah, I tore my ACL, but I'm not gonna get surgery on it. Let me play on it for a couple more games. I'll be fine. Like it's and I'm guessing the injury's on his right hand, right?
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
So if it's on his left. Okay, then that's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was on his right. If it was on his right, if it's on his shooting hand, then
It's a serious issue.
yeah. If it's on his offhand, and it's still not going to be easy for him because he's got to dribble in that hand. He's still got to use it, while he's shooting. It's just not as significant.
You know how it is. You've played. When you're playing, you don't feel it.
Yeah, and the guys play through injuries. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow hockey or talk hockey on this pod, but shout out Golden Knights.
We do.
When
We haven't since the Sharks debacle. We said
Yeah.
we wouldn't. But
Good. But like when the Stars lost to the Blues, there was a report that came out with like Rupe Hintz was playing with a broken foot the whole series. Somebody was playing with the sprained MCL the whole series and like needs surgery. Like they could play through this.
I feel like that always happens in
Or they
hockey,
do.
though, more so than any sport.
Oh, and what you notice about hockey too is that they'll tell you about the injuries after the series. They're not telling you in the middle of the series, unlike basketball.
yeah, you're not. Or
it
the
comes out
NFL,
game two.
you're required for you're required to disclose the injuries to their extent, which is a
Yeah.
perfect segue into Kevin Durant has been. It's official. He's out for Game 1 of the finals now too. So
He's not going to play at all. They don't need him.
no. Well, aside from not needing him, it's just a mess, man. No, nobody is covering it, but they're calling it a calf strain. We talked about it last week.
I still think it's an Achilles issue.
Me too.
I think that they're just trying to hide it.
I think he's already had Achilles surgery and everything, dude.
That's what I thought at first when I saw it. Because non-contact, just can't
Just
walk.
looked at it.
down.
Well, yeah, you just see it pop, dude, and the way that he looks back, like somebody kicked him in the foot when he was walking. Like it's just that's what an Achilles looks like to every single person that's had an Achilles tear. It looks like that. So,
I think if the Bucks win the series and they want any chance against the Warriors, Durant not playing helps them a lot.
yeah,
Because Giannis is 7 foot and all of 7 foot.
Yes, he is.
Draymond Green is all of 6'7", and Klay Thompson is short compared to Giannis. Like, who's gonna guard Giannis?
That's the thing. There's
Iguodala, who's
nobody in the NBA.
also hurt, missed the last game of the series. So
Yeah.
the Warriors are short-handed, man.
They're shorthanded.
guarding
and
Giannis is gonna.
Dude, if a team, if there's a year that they can get got, this
could be
is
this
it,
year.
man.
But at the same
Steph's
time,
still got that dislocated pinky. They're playing the end of their bench. They're having to.
but at the same time, and I agree with both of your guys' points. I think you make excellent points. Giannis can't fucking be stopped.
No.
There is nothing on this earth that can stop Giannis from doing whatever Giannis wants to do. But like me and Jay talked about earlier, the one thing that the Warriors are doing even better now is spacing the floor and passing the ball. Now that there's no more Kevin Durant, because now that ball's not isolated. Can the Bucks? You're right. Giannis might go out and put up 50 because they've got nothing on the Warriors roster that can stop Giannis. But even if he goes out and puts up 50, can the Bucks play with the Warriors if it turns into a shootout?
I definitely think they can. But I think that you're also underselling a little bit, both of you guys underselling Draymond Green's ability to play Giannis. I think that he'll actually be able to give
Oh,
him.
he's going to be an asshole.
Yeah,
He's
he's going to give Giannis the most problems. No, I think
Kawhi is giving him the most problems.
Yeah,
But even then, he's still
Siakam-
putting up money.
it's a different situation where Draymond doesn't have to expend himself on the offensive end like Kawhi does. Kawhi's taking 30 shots a game,
Yeah, and
This is a
they
situation
also-
where Draymond's going to be
That's
able to
true.
lock in on Giannis or Kawhi.
Yeah, and they put Siakam too on Giannis. They're kind of similar. Siakam's really athletic and tall,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah,
helps. But Draymond's an asshole, like you said, but he's also very, very smart.
Seriously,
No,
underrated.
he is.
He's a very good player.
His game he's very
There's
smart.
I love Draymond.
Another guy whose statistical numbers don't necessarily translate to the value of production they give you on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball is the one sport where you got to look past the numbers and actually see to be able to know. And he's one of those guys. He's the guy in that category.
Draymond's the dude that you don't want to play, but you love having him on your team.
Love. He's a dog.
It's Draymond's team.
The last NBA topic here is Michigan has hired Juwan Howard to be their head coach. Five-year deal. He's replaced John Beilein, who left for the Cavs.
I love it.
Hey, you bring in one of your own dudes that gave you the most notable season in your entire college basketball history.
Aside from the team that John Beilein coached,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bring in Juwan Howard, Fab Five.
Not to mention it's not like they're just bringing in, like if they would have brought in Jalen Rose, who hadn't been doing shit. Juwan Howard's been coaching in the NBA
Yeah.
For the last
ever
couple
since
of
he
years.
retired.
Even while he was still playing even.
So he has coaching experience. He's been around great minds in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to bring that to college. Who wouldn't want to go play for Michigan?
So you got a great.
The people that want to go play in Memphis for Penny. But that's it.
Oh my
But we're
God,
starting to
that's it.
see this now, like where big names are going
well,
into college and they're helping these programs climb.
it's smart because you're gonna get those good recruits because if you're a recruit, if you're a blue chip, if you're a 5-star, you want to go to one of the best programs because those best programs, one, give you the most notoriety, best chance of getting drafted, best chance of making the most money.
And it's a visibility, man.
Yeah, and Michigan, one of the most famous teams in America, always one of the top in basketball, and now you have a great basketball mind like Juwan Howard that's going to be there, who's been around the NBA, been around great coaches since his career ended, who's going to get to pass along all the information that he's learned.
From Pat Riley.
Yeah, like it's a great move on
And
Michigan's
these
part.
kids, they want to play for NBA guys.
Mm-hmm.
They want to play for the Penny Hardaways and
And
Juwan Howard.
we all love him here. Underneath Penny at Memphis is Mike Miller.
Mike Miller.
And
Love
it's
him.
yeah.
Big Mike Miller guys, unless you're
Memphis is exciting. We're all kind of becoming Memphis fans here.
Number 1 recruiting class, so
Yep.
how could you not?
big Mike Miller guys, unless you're playing 2K versus this asshole.
He's a hoe.
It's the most broken. Mike Miller, granted, we're all pretty good with him. The games that this fool will put up with Mike Miller in 2K is absolute insanity.
He's the glitch.
Yes.
Mike Miller's the glitch.
He's the glitch.
Yeah.
He'll beat a team single-handedly online with Mike Miller. He's done it before.
All you got to do is just figure out that one guy's shot. That's all it takes.
Oh, and he has it. He'll put it up from fucking half court. Doesn't matter.
One of the most egregious things I saw was a JD online victory where he scored 79 points and 77 of the points were with Timothy Mozgov online against somebody.
That's disrespectful.
Very.
Yeah,
I'm
it
surprised
is.
that player didn't quit at halftime when Mozgov had 40 of the 46.
Do you want to go ahead and bring us home?
Bringing it home, baby. Everybody's favorite segment of the day. Today's biggest piece of shit.
Who do we got today, Lolo?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
I think it's Drake.
Hey, Drake.
Drizzy Drake.
Drake.
Get off the sidelines and go make the same song again and put it on an album and consider it new and good. Okay.
I just think they're not getting much sun in Toronto. How is he so tan?
I think when you're Drake and you could just go wherever you want to go.
Just flying down to Miami,
I mean,
getting a tan.
if I had a lot of money, I'm going where the sun is.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in Toronto,
Looks like
especially
a
if it's cold.
Spray tan, man.
Unless the Raptors are in the finals and you can be on TV every single time they play in Toronto.
Just like
Then you want to be in Toronto.
He's on TV too much though. Like, yeah, you're the ambassador for the Raptors.
I thought
Great,
he used to
but
be. I
like,
don't even think he's the ambassador.
He
anymore.
still is.
He still is.
He still is. But like, he's on the sideline and he's in the coach's box and
He's rubbing the coach. He's giving massages.
taunting the players. Like,
Stupid.
I get it, it's the next level of Spike Lee, but it's just in your face.
Like, I'm
it's
cool.
just in your face.
I'm totally cool with him. Like, he was talking shit to Giannis. I'm cool with that. If you're doing it from your seat, it's all the getting up and running in front of the score table and, grabbing the other team's coach and all that. It's like, there's like boundaries. It's like, here's how I do it. Would Drake be okay with Nick Nurse? If you don't know who Nick Nurse is, that's the head coach of the Raptors, running up on stage during a Drake show and fucking grabbing a mic and starting to rap along. And you had no idea that Nick Nurse was going to get
The
up.
only
I
place-
guarantee you he's getting tackled by
the
security.
only place that would fly would be in Toronto.
I don't even
Like,
think it would.
at a Toronto show. That's the only place that would fly.
Honestly, don't even think that would happen. Security's going to see him get on stage and they're going to tackle him. Like, if it wouldn't fly at a Drake concert, then I don't think it should fly at an NBA game. Like, it's a respect thing. It's a boundary thing. Be a fan. Talk shit. I think fans should be allowed to talk shit. I think Westbrook is... Now, granted, there's some things that have been said to Westbrook.
Shout out Utah Jazz fans.
Westbrook.
Like, the racist stuff, no. But
Yeah.
there's sometimes, like, Westbrook goes way overboard because somebody told him he's a piece of shit. Like...
That
Dude, you're
was-
getting paid to do this. Like, people
Yeah,
are allowed to
calm
tell you
down.
you suck.
Yeah.
But that was all time trying to spin zone that by the fan in Utah when he told, what did he tell Westbrook? Get on your knees like you're used to or some shit like that. And then the fan got interviewed after that and it was just like, no, you can't talk your way out of this.
Yeah, that's not.
You
a
were
good
being
look.
racist, buddy.
Not a good look there, bud.
No.
But I think that's the way I put it. It's the fans should be able to talk shit. Drake, have fun at the game. You're an ambassador. I'm not like mad at him. I just think it's weird. Like, respect the boundaries of players and coaches. Like, you're not part of the team. As much as you would like to be, you weren't as good as basketball. You were a better rapper, which you're mediocre at best anyways.
Oh.
I'm joking. I actually liked a lot of Drake's early stuff. I just think his new stuff is repetitive and the same as all of his early stuff. But, like, you're not part of the team, so stop trying to get into the locker room and be buddy-buddy with, Kawhi and all these dudes. Like,
No,
be a fan.
Be buddy-buddy with Kawhi. I think everybody in Toronto wants that to happen.
That's true.
The one thing, and we're going to sign off right now, the one thing that I had pop up that
Is
I
it
wanted
breaking
to talk
news?
Yeah, I just want to plug it here real quick, is that LeBron has been actively recruiting Kawhi and Jimmy Butler to come.
Don't bring Butler.
Oh, boy.
Don't bring Butler. He's
together,
a cancer.
Together.
He's a cancer.
James Butler.
He's going to ruin the locker room. You just got the franchise back in order after all the disarray. We didn't even talk about Magic Johnson today and all the shit that went down over the week with him.
I know.
Shit.
Now you want to bring in one of the worst cancers in the NBA and Jimmy Butler?
Bad idea.
Bad move.
Shout out Lonzo Ball. Love you.
We do too.
I don't.
Dan hates him.
Stay in LA. Please, God, don't come to Chicago.
I kind of want him to go to Chicago
want
just
him
for
to-
you. And then I hope he's like a 6-time All-Star, wins a couple rings. That would be dope.
Okay?
That would be
So,
amazing.
so I'm the asshole who's wrong that's now got a team that's winning championships. All right. I'll live with it.
He's like, please let me be wrong.
Yeah. So it's a win-win situation for me there.
Yep.
I will eat my words if Lonzo was an all-star and won championships. Lonzo fan, baby. Loved the guy since he came into the league. His
Whatever.
dad, great guy.
Whatever it takes, Dan.
Someone cut that and just put that online for the highlights.
we will. Take it away.
All right. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you guys coming out. Lo, thank you for coming out with us. We'll definitely have you on again, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Anytime.
brother. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Maybe we do a podcast where we just talk about fucking stories because me and Lo can go for days with those bad boys.
I like stories.
Stories are fun.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Again, this is the Grip It and Rip It Sports Podcast with Stock and Tops. And we are out.
Like, subscribe, comment.